Y bienvenidos. Juguemos a Gabriel Knight. La última vez estábamos hablando con la Abuela Knight y le preguntamos sobre nuestro padre, Philip Knight. Vamos a ver qué más nos cuenta.
Tell me about my father.
He always hated it that it was Margaret's money that supported the three of you when his painting couldn't. I kept telling him, try something more cheerful, like a landscape or two. But he couldn't do it. His work was just too dark and disturbing for the public, you know.
Sí, lo hemos podido comprobar por el cuadro que tenemos en la librería, pero bueno. ¿Más?
Tell me about my father.
I don't know what else.
Vale. Pues vamos a echar un vistazo a la casa entonces. La casa donde Gabriel se crió.
Gabriel grew up in this room. Just being here make him feel safe. And after about 5 minutes, claustrophobic.
A cualquiera de las lámparas que veamos nos va a dar la misma respuesta.
Granny likes soft lighting. On the wall are portraits of Gran and Gramps when they were young. Gabriel's inherited some good-looking genes. Granny has a way with plants and kids. The sofa has a worn blue chintz pattern that Gabriel remembers fondly. Granny's knitting. She whips through that stuff like there was no tomorrow. Granny's side chair still has that annoying loose spring in the seat. The magazines in the bin includes issues of Southern Living, Ladies' Home Journal, and Macars. The wood in the bin is southern pine and is probably fossilized by now. Grandmother Knight rarely uses the fireplace these days. Too much of a hassle to clean.
Y cualquiera de estas fotos lo mismo.
Mostly pictures of Gabriel, his dad, and Harrison Knight.
Ajá.
The double doors lead to Granny's front lawn. Fresh carnations, Granny's favorite. The stairs lead up to the attic.
Estas fotos no dicen nada, ¿verdad?
Gabriel.
No.
That clock has been in the Wright family, Granny's family, for centuries.
Bueno, voy a subir al ático.
I'm going to go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
Vamos a echar un vistazo aquí.
Grandma's attic is a storehouse of forgotten treasures and useless junk. Gabriel has seen these ornaments every year at Christmas for as long as he can remember. It's a lady's hat from the 1920s.
From Gran's Virginia Woolf period.
That tennis racket probably hasn't served a ball since the 40s.
It's Granddaddy's old golf bag.
It's an old dress dummy that Gran had in her sewing room years ago.
My first impression of the female form.
It's an old, dusty bicycle tire.
That must have been the year Granddaddy caught Santa on the roof.
These old picture frames have been up here for years. It's an old metal tub full of dust and cobwebs. The stairs lead down to the parlor. The old velvet curtains hung in the parlor before Gran lightened up the place. The brass bed frame is from God knows where. A skylight lets welcome sunlight into the attic. It's one of Grandma's old parlor tables. The sheet-covered upholstered rocker used to be in Gabriel's nursery. That box of knick-knacks has been up there for at least 5 years. There's a sketchbook on the chair that Gabriel vaguely remembers as his father's.
Esto puede ser interesante. Vamos a cogerlo.
I think I'd take Daddy's sketchbook with me.
Y echarle un vistazo, por supuesto.
Gabriel looks fondly at his father's sketchbook. and charcoal pencil.
Vale, y si lo abrimos... Interesantes imágenes. Veamos qué tenemos aquí. 3 serpientes. Esto me recuerda a algo. Y esto también. Hagamos clic.
Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious.
Lo que pensaba. Hay imágenes bastante familiares ahí que me recuerdan el sueño que tuvo la pesadilla que vimos al principio del juego. ¿Y aquí?
That box of knickknacks has been up there for at least 5 years. The old trunk looks like it's gone to hell and back.
¿Y esto?
An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic. It doesn't seem to be running at the moment.
Es algo que nos destacan y que nos dice que no funciona de momento, así que en algún momento deberemos hacerlo funcionar. Entiendo. Bueno, podemos moverlo. Y abrir el baúl. Veamos lo que hay dentro.
The trunk contains some old clothes, including a pair of leather shorts.
Aren't those called lederhosen?
Serious hiking boots, more of Harrison Knight German book.
Just what I need.
And a bundle of letters. Love letters between Harrison and Rebecca. The trunk contains lederhosen, hiking boots, German books, and a bundle of Granddad and Grand's love letters.
¿Algo útil que podemos coger?
I don't think there's anything in that trunk that would interest anybody but my gran.
Vale, perfecto.
I think I'll leave that up here.
Muy bien. Cerramos el baúl y pongamos el reloj en su sitio. Y en esta caja.
There's nothing I want in there.
Vale, el cubo.
I think I'll leave that up here.
Tampoco. Bien. Podemos echar un vistazo al reloj, intentando usarlo. Y aquí veremos más en detalle lo que es el reloj.
A key winds the clock's mechanism. An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic. It doesn't seem to be running at the moment.
At the moment. Por el momento.
There's an interesting design in the base of the clock. A ring of 6 symbols surround the face of the clock. A sword, a sun, an angel,
Sí.
a noose, an eclipse, and a dragon.
Muy
The
interesante.
face of the clock is hand-painted.
Vale, aquí podemos echar un
It's
vistazo.
the minute hand. It's the minute. It's
Vale, y podemos intentar utilizar cualquiera de las partes.
Gabriel can't operate the clock that way. Nothing happens.
Ajá, le podemos dar una vuelta a la llave para darle cuerda o algo así. Y esto,
The ring of symbols does not appear to have any mechanical function, but it does move.
se mueve.
The hands do not appear to have any mechanical function other than to move.
Al igual que las manecillas. Y sí, podemos moverlas con el icono de mover. Y moviendo el ratón. Haciendo clic y moviendo el ratón. Y hacemos otra vez clic para dejar de moverlo. Al igual que las manecillas, claro. Esto es lo último que nos queda por ver.
The face of it's the hour hand.
Eso. ¿Cómo haremos funcionar el reloj? Moviendo esas partes, obviamente, pero... concretamente, ¿cómo?
Nothing happens.
Ajá. Vale. salgamos de momento. Y vamos a salir de casa de la Abuela Knight e ir al cementerio de San Luis, número 1, para presentar nuestros respetos a la familia de mamá. Perdón, abrir la puerta, mejor.
Well, Gran, I better get going.
All right, dear.
Vale, así que el padre de Gabriel parece que estaba atormentado por esas imágenes. Tendría que pintar cuadros como el que hemos visto en la librería, que guardan relación y un parecido con las pesadillas que tiene Gabriel. Interesante. Bueno, vamos al cementerio. Un sitio muy pintoresco.
San Luis Cemetery, number 1, is one of the most historic and beautiful places in the French Quarter. An old man tends the cemetery with movements akin to a slow drawl. The old man is apparently doing some cleanup work.
¿Podemos hablar con él? Se va. Bueno, quizá en otro momento. Vamos a seguir echando un vistazo a algunas de las cosas de aquí.
New Orleans is famous for its above-ground tombs. The high water table prevents bodies from being interred underground. The name Ross is inscribed on this old tomb. Vases seem to be a favorite decoration for the dead. A high iron fence with sharp spikes surrounds the cemetery.
No se pierde.
A marble snake. Now that's cheerful.
This old tomb is in a sorry state of disrepair.
Bastante.
There's probably no one left in the family to maintain it.
San Luis. It's an imposing marble tomb from the last century.
Siglo XIX.
Gabriel can barely make out the name. Hamilton. An angel with a cross stands guard over one of the tombs. A stone angel stands silently before a tomb. New Orleans is famous for its above-ground tombs. The high water table prevents bodies from being interred underground. Gabriel doesn't see a name on this tomb.
Muy interesante. ¿Y aquí?
This tomb almost looks like a little house.
But I wouldn't want to live there.
San Luis, New Orleans is
Vale, aquí nada.
vases seem to here and there in the cemetery. Straggly plants grow in stone planters.
Bien, podemos continuar hacia el fondo del cementerio por este lado, aunque pone salir. Ya que el cementerio tiene 3 partes. La pantalla que hemos visto y esta en la que podemos hallar la tumba de la familia Knight.
The Wright family tomb. Several of Gabriel and Grant's family members are laid to rest here.
Veamos quién hay por aquí. Ah, por cierto.
This family tomb bears the inscription, "Rest in peace." And the name,
Debe ser este.
Fuller Mill.
Bueno. Vamos a dejarnos el encargado del cementerio. Voy a tener que parar aquí. Hasta la próxima.